Welcome students, we are given this question 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y is equal to 42 and x positive y is equal to 3. Now we are expected to find the value of x and the value of y. Now there are a few ways by which we can do this particular question, and I'm going to show you all of those ways. If I would have missed any way by which you think you would be able to solve it, then please state them in the comment section. So first and foremost, what I would do is I would consider equation 2. Now we got x positive y is equal to 3. From here I can rewrite this as y is equal to 3 negative x. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute this in 1. So therefore 1 can be rewritten as 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y. In fact, in place of y I need to substitute 3 negative x is equal to 42. This can be rewritten as 6 raised to the power x positive. Now a raised to the power m negative n is a raised to the power m times a raised to the power negative n. This is from the law of indices. So this is going to be 6 raised to the power 3 times 6 raised to the power of negative x is equal to 42. Now this can be rewritten as 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power 3 is 216. Now 6 raised to the power negative x can be pushed down, and so I have 216 divided by 6 raised to the power x, which is equal to 42. Now what we can do is we can actually multiply by 6 raised to the power x. Now if we were to do that, this is going to be 6 raised to the power x times, in fact I'm going to be multiplying by 6 raised to the power x both sides. So this is going to be 6 raised to the power x times 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power x times 216 divided by 6 raised to the power x. This is equal to 6 raised to the power x times 42. Now this 6 raised to the power x times 6 raised to the power x is going to give us 6 raised to the power 2x. Now in this case 6 raised to the power x and 6 raised to the power x can be cancelled, followed by positive 216, and this is going to be 6 raised to the power x times 42. Now I can rewrite this as 6 raised to the power 2x negative 6 raised to the power x times 42 positive 216 is equal to 0. Now we have to solve this. Now for solving, I want to convert this into a quadratic. I want to rewrite this as 6 raised to the power x raised to the power of 2 negative 6 raised to the power x times 42 positive 216 is equal to 0. Now if you were to take 6 raised to the power x is equal to some t, then you can rewrite 2 as t squared negative 42 times t positive 216 is equal to 0. So this is what you have got. And now this is a quadratic in t which can be solved easily. So factorizing, we would get t negative 6 times t negative 36 is equal to 0. So from here we get t negative 6 is equal to 0 or t negative 36 is equal to 0. But we can rewrite this as t is equal to 6 and this as t is equal to 36. As I mentioned to you, the value of t is 6 raised to the power x, right? So this would mean, in fact, if I were to take this as sum a and this as sum b, so therefore I can rewrite a as 6 raised to the power x is equal to 6. Now clearly this means x is equal to 1, so this is one value. Over here, if I were to use t to be as 6 raised to the power x, then b would be rewritten as 6 raised to the power x is equal to 36. I'm going to rewrite 36 as 6 squared. So from here I get x is equal to 2. Now when x is equal to 2, if I were to use system 2, what happens? So put x is equal to 1 in system 2, we would get 1 positive y is equal to 3, so y is equal to 2 here. And put x is equal to 2 in system 2, you would get 2 positive y is equal to 3, so y is equal to 1. So you have got the solution when x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2, and when x is equal to 2, y is equal to 1. So this is the solution you have got. Now this is one way of achieving the required solution. So this is one method. Now the second method, let me show you method 2. Now consider 1. This is method 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say consider equation 1. So what happens to equation 1? Equation 1 has got 6 power x positive 6 power y is equal to 42. Now I'm going to be dividing by 6 power x. In fact, instead of saying 6 power x, let me divide by 6. So if I were to divide by 6, I would get 6 power x divided by 6 positive 6 raised to the power y divided by 6 is equal to 42 divided by 6. So this is going to be 6 raised to the power x negative 1 positive 6 raised to the power y negative 1 is equal to 6 divides 42 7 times. So I got a 7 here. Now the idea is I'm going to rewrite 7 as 6 positive 1. So that means on the left hand side I got 6 raised to the power x negative 1 positive 6 raised to the power y negative 1. Now this can be rewritten as 6 raised to the power 1 positive 6 raised to the power 0, and then I've got 6 raised to the power x negative 1 positive 6 raised to the power y negative 1. Now clearly we can equate the left and the right. So this would mean I get x negative 1 is equal to 1 and y negative 1 is equal to 0. So from here I get y is equal to 1. So from here I get x is equal to 2. Now to get the other solution, let me just start off from here. 6 raised to the power x negative 1 positive 6 raised to the power y negative 1 is equal to 7. Now instead of breaking it as 6 and 1, if I were to break it as 1 and 6, I would have 6 raised to the power x negative 1 positive 6 raised to the power y negative 1. So this would be equal to 1, I can rewrite 1 as 6 raised to the power 0, and 6 I can rewrite it as 6 raised to the power 1. On the left I got 6 raised to the power x negative 1 positive 6 raised to the power y negative 1. Now clearly if I were to equate the left versus the right, this would mean I get x negative 1 is equal to 0 and y negative 1 is equal to 1. So from here I get y is equal to 2, and from here I get x is equal to 1. So clearly we get two solutions. So we got one solution over here and we get the other solution over here. So this is the second way. Now I'm going to show you method number 3. Now we got the original system. The original system is 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y is equal to 42. Let me consider that. So I'm going to consider 1. So that's going to be 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y is equal to 42. I'm going to rewrite 42 as 36 positive 6. So this is 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y. I'm going to rewrite 36 as 6 squared positive 6. I'm going to rewrite it as 6 raised to the power 1. I got 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y. Now if I were to equate it, I get x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 1. That's one way. The other way is, let's start off with 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y is equal to 42. I'm going to rewrite this as, instead of breaking it as 36 and 6, I'm going to break it as 6 and 36. So that would mean 6 raised to the power 1 positive 6 raised to the power 2. On the left I got 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y. Now equating these two, I get, in fact this would mean x is equal to 1 and the other one would be y is equal to 2. So you still get two solutions in this fashion. So this is method number 3. Now method number 4, what you have to do is, now let us start off by considering the equation 1, which is 6 raised to the power x times 6 raised to the power y is equal to 42. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be multiplying by 6 raised to the power x both sides. Now if I were to do that, I will get 6 raised to the power x times 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power x times 6 raised to the power y is equal to 6 raised to the power x times 42. Now this is going to be 6 raised to the power 2x, and this is going to be 6 raised to the power x positive y is equal to 6 raised to the power x times 42. Now x positive y is given to be as 3, so this would mean I got 6 raised to the power 2x positive 6 raised to the power 3 is equal to 6 raised to the power x times 42. Now you can rewrite this as 6 raised to the power x raised to the power 2 negative 6 raised to the power x times 42 and positive 216 is equal to 0. Now if you were to take 6 raised to the power x is equal to sum t, this is going to be t squared negative 42 times t positive 216 is equal to 0, which is a quadratic, and we can solve this. So this is method number 4. I would like to show you one more method. Now this is by using what we call it as a V8 formula. You can call it as V8 formula or Vieta's formula, depends on how your pronunciation. Now according to this formula, if I have 6x and 6y to be the roots, then I can write the quadratic equation the required quadratic equation to be as sum z squared negative. Now there are two important concepts introduced by V8. So one is sum of the roots and the other is product of the roots. So the quadratic equation will have sum of the roots in this fashion: 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y times z followed by positive. The product of the roots would be 6 raised to the power x times 6 raised to the power y is equal to 0. Now if I were to rewrite this, it's going to be z squared negative of, let me write that down, 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y times z positive, this is 6 raised to the power x positive y is equal to z. Now 6 raised to the power x positive 6 raised to the power y, that's given to be as 42. So this is going to be z squared negative 42z positive. Now x positive y is given to be as 3 in the system, so this is going to be 3 equal to 0. Now if I were to rewrite it, I get z squared negative 42z positive 216 is equal to 0. Now if I were to factorize this would give me z negative 6 times z negative 6 squared or 36 is equal to 0. So from here clearly you would again boil down to the roots, which is x is equal to 1 and then x is equal to 2. Now x is equal to 1, you get y is equal to 2, and when x is equal to 2 you get y is equal to 1. So these are the 5 methods for solving this particular question, students. Thank you.